Hello, I'm Jennifer Bassman. If you are burned out, I am so glad that you found this video. You know, when we're burned out, dealing with difficult people is like trying not to set off an atomic bomb. Everything needs to be handled with care because it's kind of combustible. You have no patience, you aren't in total control of your moods or your emotions, and your listening skills aren't so great. In today's video, I am going to tell you how to manage your immediate stress response to difficult people, as well as give you 9 powerful strategies to help you deal with difficult people when you're burned out. When you're burned out, you don't feel like dealing with other people, and maybe you shouldn't be, but this is the real world and people are all around us, so we have to learn how to interact with others civilly. And in all fairness, you might be the difficult person in any given situation more often than you expect. You know, looking back on my burnout experience, but I was mean, I had no patience for other people and their mistakes, and it was quite likely I wasn't listening to a thing you said. I was frustrated and I was resentful. And you know, it's not uncommon for people who are burned out to experience these very intense emotions. There is no simple reason why someone is a difficult person, but many difficult people can also be toxic, and they thrive on the chaos and the drama that they create around themselves, while other people are completely unaware of the negative effect that they're having. The key thing to remember with difficult and toxic people is that it is usually not about you. Nothing you did, nothing you said. There's just something internal that is driving that difficult or toxic behavior. Regardless of your burnout status, you will continue to encounter difficult people. You will never have control over when or where this is going to happen, but you can control how you respond. When dealing with someone who's behaving unreasonably, your stress response automatically activates in your brain. So immediately you are challenged to resist the urge to fight or flee the situation. The first thing you need to do is cut off that stress response. Why? Because stress gets in the way of making good decisions and giving thoughtful responses. Stress forces you to react rather than respond. This can be done in 3 ways. 1, get your mental attitude in check. You are not a victim or powerless in this situation. Eliminating the blame-oriented attitude actually opens up possibilities for handling the situation. 2, acknowledge none of this is personal. This one is particularly hard when you're burned out because it already feels like the world is working against you. Someone's ongoing bad behavior or bad attitude likely has nothing to do with you. And 3, you have no idea what the other person is dealing with outside of this interaction. These 3 options cut off that stress response because they force you to look at the situation from a different perspective. Stress also causes tunnel vision, which renders you unable to see other options. These 3 moves will help you get out of that tunnel and move towards a solution-oriented mindset. All right, now that you have your stress in check, you can try one or more of these 9 strategies to deal with difficult people when you're burned out. All right, strategy number 1, listening. Listening is the number 1 step in dealing with difficult people. Everyone wants to feel heard, and no progress can take place until everyone feels acknowledged. Strategy number 2, don't react and stay calm. Basically, that other person is just trying to get the reaction that they're seeking. When you give attention to that unwanted behavior, you signal to them that it works and they're going to try it again. Strategy number 3, look and listen for a hidden need. What are they trying to gain? Or what are they trying to avoid? Strategy number 4, establish boundaries. Sometimes you need to let the other person know how you expect to be treated and that you won't accept anything less. Strategy number 5, build or develop a rapport. Now, this one may seem a little bit counterintuitive, but when you get to know another person, you gain a better understanding of what makes them tick. And this genuine interest in someone else can motivate them to treat you with more respect. Strategy number 6, saying I'm sorry or how can I fix this can go a long way in diffusing many situations. Strategy number 7, don't demand compliance. When in the history of the world has telling someone to calm down ever actually worked? Usually, it only makes people angrier. Strategy number 8, don't argue or act defensively. This one is particularly hard when they are saying mean things or things that just aren't true. Naturally, you want to defend yourself, but their stress response is all revved up and they aren't going to hear you. And strategy number 9, discharge your own stress. You have just put a lot of natural reactions on hold, so there might be a lot of pent-up adrenaline. Get it out by talking to someone, going for a run, or doing something lighthearted and fun. I also want to acknowledge that sometimes there is nothing you can do to diffuse a situation or make dealing with a difficult person any easier. Some people are just inconsolable and unreasonable. And in that case, you have every right to just walk away for the sake of your mental health and your own safety. Thank you for joining me today. I enjoyed having you here, and I look forward to having you around my channel more often.